Alright, hey guys, it's Todd with D&D Gaming. I'm back on here to help TimeLordNat with another little question he had about one of the ship builds that I had. Um, I'm sorry I hadn't got back to him a little bit quicker. I was busy doing my D&D gaming duties with my, the old daddy-daughter gaming, and we had a pretty rough go at it on Fortnite tonight. There were some really good players on there. It seems like all the best we could do was second or third in all the duos matches that we played. But anyway, I took a little bit of the top level off of this because there were some questions about where I had the grav drive um, and the reactor. So if we zoom in here, we can see that the reactor is right here. Well, I got I got kind of tricky. I'm not for sure if TimeLordNat is familiar with the um, drop down glitch. So you'll be able to see here in just a second when I zoom in here that I have a storage container right there. But actually, what's right there is my reactor. Is in the middle of that storage drive. So, or the not storage drive, but storage container. So if you're not familiar with using the duplicate drop down glitch, this is kind of how it works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate one of these I'm using Xbox, so it's the Y key. You can see it makes another copy of exactly what I had there. I'm going to put that right on the bottom of my grav drive. Then I'm going to put this one, I'm going to connect it right there, right under the reactor. Now, grav drives won't allow you to drop down glitch into them. And actually, I call it a drop down, but it's going to actually be a drop up. We're going to duplicate this second one the second storage container that we've made here, and you'll see that it goes in green right over the top of the reactor that's in there. So, I'm sorry, let's see, is it grav drop or reactor you could do? I get confused on which one is which. But once you do that, you'll see that we can remove that, and we can remove that, and now you can't even see the reactor anymore. It's inside that storage container. It's protected inside there. You can't even see it. That's probably why when you're looking at the videos of the ship, you couldn't see where it was, is because it's hidden. Hopefully that will help you get that figured out where that is. I can't remember if there was something else that you asked about where I'd put something else. But if there's something else that you're looking for that's you can't seem to find on that ship, I probably use the same thing, and it doesn't have to be a storage container. You can do it with habs. You can do it with anything. The only problem with doing it with a hab, and you do a drop down glitch over to something like your grav drive, when you go into that hab, the grav drive will be like you'll walk right through it. It'll be inside your habitat. So that's why I usually would do it with like either something like a hull. You can drop a hull over the top of it, or a storage. It doesn't affect the storage at all. You still get to use all that storage, but it hides the excuse me, the reactor. I've done it on some other ships with my shield. If I don't want my shield to be showing out on top, I want it down inside the ship somewhere. You could put it lower and do a drop down glitch with I like to use like a hull or something like that over the top of it, so it completely keeps it hidden where you can't see where it is. And you can use, and the drop down glitch is nice too, because you don't have to have something sticking out on the side or something sticking up above everything else. You can kind of hide it in either a hab. Well, I don't like using habs. Like I said, I'd use either cargo or a structural part to cover that up. So I hope that helps. If you got any more questions, just let me know. We'll see you guys on the next one. Here is a little update. I know I just said that I was done with that video, but I did go back and look at the question, and LordNat had a question about, he said he thought he had the top layer correct, and just had some questions about what I had done as far as halves and stuff like that, or how I had built out the bottom, or the lower level. And the lowest level is is basically nothing but hull or landing gear. Now the second level, the lower level of coming out of the cockpit, it looks like I did a two, an all-in-one berth instead of just sometimes I do the one, the companionway here, but this time I decided to do a two, and then coming off that with the cross braces over to one, two, three in a line, halves, and you can make those like this is a science lab, and here's a workshop, and here's an infirmary on that side, and then you come over out of the all-in-one through the cross brace over to a living quarters, another armory or an armory, and then the captain's quarters. And that's all that is on that level for this particular ship. I've got other ones where it may come out like this and hit two of these, and then have another brace that comes out this side, and with more going back this way. But on this particular ship, there's nothing really on this level other than that, and then some hull, and then my grav drive, and my engines, which had to be got my helium tanks between those holding because these engines are side connected. They don't actually connect to the back of the ship itself, so they have to connect to these, which are connected to the machine that keeps it all together. So hopefully that clears up exactly what I had going on the bottom. These kind of look like they're floating out in the middle of nowhere, but that's just because the rest of the ship's not on top of them. These are just some pretty heavy duty landing gear, which is basically what is the entire bottom of the ship, short of I've got a couple of holes, and one storage container there, as well as I did my and I think the reason, that is the reason I did the all-in-one berth, the two by one, was so that I could do this. Let's see if I can get this turned a little bit better. I could do this slim bottom docker, which has the extended docker, which gets lower than the landing bay. So I've actually got this little room right here, has two little ladders in it, the two little stubby ladders, not the ones that go all the way up. One to come down to this, and one that comes up out of there. It's really nice and compact. You've got your your cockpit, your landing bay, and your docking bay, and all connected by this one 2x1 wide all-in-one berth. So hopefully that helps you get that figured out if you haven't already went ahead and made your own bottom level. And we'll catch you guys on the next one for real this time.